What is going on, Pats Nation? You guys already know who it is. Patriots Global here, back with another video, and in this one, I want to talk about an article that PFF recently released, basically going through the top NFL free agents and basically predicting their landing spots, and they actually have the Patriots signing 2 top free agents. So the first free agent that they predict the Patriots to sign, they're actually very high on, and it's a cornerback. And it's a cornerback from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in cornerback Jamal Dean. And the reasoning for this is, and I quote, New England let JC Jackson walk in free agency last offseason, and the scenario to sign a younger player who can help them play more press man coverage on the outside, something they deviated from in 2022 compared to prior seasons. Now, this is actually a name that not a lot of people know. This is a very under-the-radar cornerback who's young, but he is rising in the league, and I think under this system, he can definitely flourish to becoming a number 1 overall cornerback. And the Patriots do need to get back to their old playing style. Now, last year, it worked fairly well for them, but they did get burnt at times, especially compared to previous years when they did have to go up against true number 1 wide receivers. The Patriots have a great pass rush, but that's only going to get you so far because not every single play is Matthew Judon or Josh Uche going to be sacking the opposing quarterback. And the Patriots have been known for always having a good secondary, and it seems whenever they have a true number 1 cornerback, they go to win a Super Bowl. The Patriots will easily need to address this, not even cornerback, but secondary position this offseason, whether that's through the draft, trade, free agency, because there's potentially going to need to be a total U-Haul. Now, Devin McCourty retired. He's out for the Patriots. Jonathan Jones is a free agent. We don't know if the Patriots will re-sign him yet or not. Kyle Duggar's in contract year. Adrian Phillips is on his last leg. And Jack Jones was suspended towards the end of the 2022 season, so the situation with him is still kind of up in the air. The Patriots last year ranked 18th in press coverage grade for the outside cornerbacks last season with an overall grade of 63. Now, Dean's grade was 79.7, just under the 80 below grade, which is considered elite for PFF. Now, that 79.7 overall grade for Dean last season actually ranked 3rd amongst quarterbacks with at least 100 press snap coverage. Now, Dean is actually just coming off of that rookie contract. He was originally drafted by the Buccaneers in the 3rd round with the 94th overall pick. Has a pretty good size for a perimeter cornerback, especially the type of size that the Patriots like. 6'1". Ideally, you'd like him to be 6'2", but 6'1", not bad at all. 206 pounds, so a very good size perimeter corner. 26 years old, so the Patriots could bring him in, sign him to a 4-year contract, and basically he'll hit free agency in just his 30s. With this move, you're going to get a guy who's 1, in his prime, but 2, I think what the Patriots will really like about Dean is that he just fits the mold so perfectly for what they want to do. I mean, a 6'1", 26-year-old press man coverage cornerback, that's exactly what we need. The Patriots played way too much zone than they are 1, used to playing, but 2, would just like to play. This has always been a man-to-man coverage team, and the Patriots were still one of the highest teams in man-to-man percentage, but that's why they ranked so low, is because they were forcing players who are not man-to-man coverage defenders to play man-to-man, and it didn't work out all that well. Unfortunately, or I should say fortunately, for the Patriots, it got covered up quite a bit because of the elite pass rush New England had. But the other thing about Dean is that he put up a 77.9 overall PFF grade this past year with a coverage grade of 75.6, a pass rush grade of 48.6, but a run defensive grade of 82.5. Bill Belichick loves his players to be well-rounded. And the thing about Dean is that he's going to come in and not just be an excellent coverage corner, but he's going to come in and be an absolute elite cornerback when it comes to helping stop the run. And that's what the Patriots need, especially if they lose somebody like Jonathan Jones, who is very key in helping the Patriots stop the run from a perimeter standpoint. You have somebody young like Jack Jones, who struggles at stopping the run, who struggles with securing tackles. Somebody like Marcus Jones, who is very undersized, so he gets pushed around in that category of the game. So adding Dean will give you somebody who is not just a good coverage guy, but will also help make plays in the run game. Now, Spot Track is predicting that Dean is going to get an average salary of $16.5 million per year. So their market value deal for him is a 3-year deal worth $49 million, giving him an overall cornerback rank of just being in the top 10 with a cornerback rank of 9. The main question is going to be, will the Patriots pay that? Because if not, you're going to be looking at a veteran like maybe like a Marcus Peters or maybe a Patrick Peterson, who were great in their prime, top cornerbacks easily. But now they're going to be a lot older and they're digressing a lot more. You're not getting them in their prime. You're not going to get a long-term contract, but you're going to get them on a lower end deal because they're digressing at this point. If the Patriots want a number one cornerback, a young number one cornerback who's in his prime and they can still get the most out of him, they are going to have to pay a bit top dollar for him. Now, the next big free agent that PFF predicts the Patriots to sign is something I've seen a lot of people say, and it's going to be left tackle Orlando Brown. Now, it's no secret the Patriots need help at tackle. It's no secret that the Patriots heavily view the offensive line more than a lot of teams do. And that's probably going to be some of the Patriots' biggest moves. Some of their main moves and biggest focus is going to be the offensive line and getting it right, especially at tackle. Orlando Brown is the best tackle on the free agency board, but he's also the best left tackle. There's not a lot of left tackles in this free agency pool. A lot of them are starting right tackles, which I think is only going to push up that value for Orlando Brown even more, especially because left tackle is a premier position. You think of premier positions in football, you think of quarterback, left tackle, wide receiver. I think cornerback's becoming a premier position at this point because left tackle does ultimately protect the quarterback's blind spot. Very, very important. But this is PFF's overall reasoning for the Patriots signing Orlando Brown. They said the Patriots are expected to let 2018 first-round pick tackle Isaiah Wynn walk in free agency after a tumultuous 2022 campaign, and Trent Brown is not a long-term solution at either tackle spot, but can hypothetically slide back over to right tackle. Now, the Chiefs franchise tagged Orlando Brown last year after not being able to get a long-term deal done with him. A year later, they still were not able to get a long-term deal done with him. So they decided not to franchise tag him and are going to let him hit the free agency market. There is a world in which him and the Chiefs can continue to talk and get it worked out, but you've been trying to do this for 2 years now. It's not worked out. It's probably not going to, especially because for the Chiefs, they don't really need high-end offensive linemen because they have Patrick Mahomes who can maneuver in the pocket, extend plays, which helps guys out like Orlando Brown. And I know a lot of Patriots fans want Orlando Brown, but me personally, guys, I'm actually going to skip on this one. Orlando Brown is a good tackle, for sure, but he is not great. I'd rather the Patriots go out and get one of these other lower-end tackles who are younger but can develop, or honestly, my first opinion, or first option rather, in your first round, pick 14 overall, you take a left tackle. The reason the Chiefs have not been able to get a long-term deal done with Orlando Brown is not because they weren't willing to pay him, but it's because he wants to be the highest paid offensive lineman in the entire National Football League. He wants to get paid about $20 million per year. Do you want to pay $20 million to an offensive lineman? Because although the Patriots value the trenches, they value their tackles and their offensive linemen severely, I don't see them going out and paying an offensive lineman $20 million a year unless they are generational, groundbreaking, game-changing tackles, and Orlando Brown is not that. He's good, but he's not great. Not to mention, he's been with the Chiefs the last few years, And Patrick Mahomes' elite ability to not let pressure get to him or sacks get to him, again, has really inflated the statistic board for Orlando Brown. So I don't even think he's as good as he's looked with the Chiefs. Orlando Brown earned a 60-plus pass blocking grade in every 2022 contest from week 5 on. Now, he did have 11 grades that were over 70 overall grades throughout that stretch. He'd easily be a better addition than what the Patriots had last year, or what the Patriots have had really in recent years at that position, but he's not worth the money that he's going to demand. He wants money. He doesn't care where he goes. He doesn't care about a contender. He doesn't care about the environment. He just wants the bag. So me personally, I would pass on Orlando Brown. Again, he's not generational. He's not a great tackle. And I think once he goes somewhere with a quarterback that isn't as mobile as Patrick Mahomes, isn't as able to get outside the pocket, escape pressure and sacks, you're going to see a worse version of Orlando Brown. And if you're going to pay $20 million, at that point, just skip him and find another good quality tackle that you can get for much lower. I know we're going to hear a lot about people saying the Patriots should target him, or, people saying that, he's a great landing spot for the Patriots. I personally don't see it, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever if we hear nothing about Orlando Brown being linked back to the Patriots just because of the asking price that he wants. But what are your guys' thoughts on these two top-tier free agents that PFF predicts the Patriots to sign? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, remember to leave a big like on this video and subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. But like always, I appreciate you guys for watching, and go Pats.